this year, Jeff will have to go both ways. Jeff has got a lot of responsibilities with our defensive football team. If there's ever a coordinator on the field to make sure that we're in the right place, the right defenses, the things that have to be done, Jeff has to get us in the right direction. He has a lot of responsibility. He carries that responsibility really well. He makes a lot of adjustments with our defensive team. Of course, he's got a lot of playing time. He's a great student in the classroom. He's a great young man. We expect an outstanding senior year from Jeff. It's just a matter of him being injury-free. If that happens, I know he'll have an outstanding senior year, Jeff Moran.
The ball that's supposed to start it again. On delay of game, it has not started. Okay? Galicchio avoids a tackler. He gets his pass out, and it's still in bounds at about the 36-yard line, as Jason Gooden and Jeff Moran team up on McGraw to pull him down. Now we're down to a minute in the first half play, but we're in a 6-6 deadlock. Schumann covers the split into the right side as they'll try it right up the middle, and you see those Redhounds turn him up in the air.
They certainly are hitting real hard, and I believe that's Brent Justice. Brent is just...
Gain of 2 by Shields to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 8. Wide out again to the right side, and again, this is the quarterback keeping the ball, and he'll lead it after he gets up to about the 34, Galicchio. The ball at the 34-yard line, 3rd down and 4 for the first down. And, boy, Jeff Moran put a lick on Shields that time and denies him that first down.
He certainly does. He comes
to 35 of Corbin now, 2nd and 23. Robinson again, wide out to the right side. Galicchio hands it in, takes it back, and Galicchio will go down to the 32-yard line, about 3 yards.
And we're going to have to, we're awfully eager to get a hold of Galicchio, and we're going to have to be real careful.
3rd down and 20 now. Wide out Mike Fisher to the right side as they'll pitch back to him on the end around. Here's Fisher cutting the corner. Moran's got a beat on him. He hits him. He slows him down enough for a couple of other players, Selvey among them. Getting rather frustrating now. Highlands will try to send Shields right up the middle. Penalty markers are down. So Highlands now has it back at the 31, 1st and 15 with their wide out going left. And once again, they'll try Shields up the middle as he crosses the 30 to the 27, got 4 yards.
And they can afford to work on the clock.
Corbin has given them 3 touchdowns. Corbin has had 2 touchdowns denied. The Redhounds could be way out in front, and they trail 20-6.
I'll tell you one thing, Don. I'm satisfied that the people across the way from northern Kentucky realize which team has the best one on the field tonight.
Well, French grabs around the ball carrier as he moves about 3.
We'll tend to lose our intensity if things like this keep going against us.
Okay, at the 50-yard line. And Galicchio is hit as he lets go of the football. And if they throw flags for hard tackling, that kid would get it. Who was that, Moran or French? Moran. He hit him hard. First down at Corbin 43 as McGraw tries to turn the corner, but a lot of Redhounds are there to cover him up after he got...
They seem to get to the ball carrier immediately.
Gain to the 41-yard line. It's 2nd and 8 now. 1:57 to go in the 3rd period. And Galicchio will hand it, no, he keeps it and reverses his direction. He's looking to throw, and he's way back there, and down he goes. And watch, there will be many people that follow high school football, if it ends up like this, that will think that Highlands dominated, because this score could be added to right here. Once again, Scalato has taken it to about the 2, and they're threatening on 2nd and goal.
There was right on top of it, and that's all he had to see was either he was or he wasn't.
Okay, Highlands ball, 44-yard line, and Corbin, as they've done all night, just dominating the Bluebirds. Scalato fails to gain, as he wants to play a little time possession here. 6:50 to go. And And this is McGraw. Flags are down. Boy, watch Corbin punish him again.
We're going to have a holding call on Highlands.
Dominating this game still in face of the adversity. Here we go from the 30-yard line. 6:16 to go in the game. Galicchio hands it to McGraw. McGraw says, oh, please. Look at those red jerseys. Moran, Selby. From their own 29-yard line for their first offensive series tonight. Their quarterback is Troy Whitlock, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. So let's see what Whitlock will do from the 29-yard line. And on the very first play, vicious tackling by the Red Hounds.
And you used the proper word, Don. It was vicious. It was Tim French and Jeff Moran that were up real Highlands in 3A. I guarantee you they're just as good a football team as Fort Thomas Highlands.
Here it is, 3rd down, 11 now. From the 40-yard line, Thompson on the rollout to the right side, looks to the option man, Patterson. Patterson will be hit and taken down in the backfield. Great defensive reaction.
It certainly was. I'm trying to pick up the number. It's number 84, Jeff Moran, that made the tackle over on that side and prevented them from getting outside. We were able to contain that real well, and that's something we're going to have to...
Still first down for Corbin. Selby wide out to the right side as Kennedy is back to throw. No, that's Hickman back there. And Kennedy throwing downfield for Moran. He's got him at the 45-40, 35-30. Here's Moran as he gets over one tackler at the 20-yard line.
Oh, don't you love to see that out of Jeff Moran? I'll tell you what, he's quite a physical football player, and this year and next year, too.
It was a 4-yard pickup by the quarterback, Dan Thompson, to the Corbin 46-yard line. So for the first time tonight, the Colonels are in Red Hound territory. Once again, Thompson sticks it in, pulls it back, and he'll go down near the line of scrimmage. Jason Gooden, one of 2 players to hit him. And the river now. Remembering just how football is played back in eastern Kentucky now. A minute to go in the first half. Thompson, he'll keep it. No, he'll pitch it back to Patterson. And Patterson will get a little positive yardage this time.
And to Mr. Patterson.
Corbin leading 35-0. And Thompson on that option that he's used several times tonight. A couple of arm tackles, but French gets him up high and takes him down.
French did, and Jeff Moran also put a little pressure on him low. And
Anderson County, that is their 6th first down of the ball game, but only their 2nd first down offensively. The 4 of them they got by way of penalty. So Thompson again on the option. Thompson will pitch back this time. Patterson's in trouble. Moran and others are there.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, this is number 32.
Well, Kennedy rolling back to throw and looking for, well, he has it intercepted. So we're just getting underway. Of course, for those of you watching the replay, it's not delayed where you are, but it's delayed where we are by about 45 minutes in getting this game started. Here we go. The pitch will be coming to Buchanan, trying to cut the corner and looking for the first down. He will not get it as he stopped after getting maybe a yard to the 36.
And initial contact was made by Corey Reed.
The decision of Cumberland to take the ball on a wet night when they won the option here. Sometimes you'll play for a mistake or two on a wet football field. They took it, and they've not been out of their own territory since. So here they go, their 3rd offensive possession. Adams gives, and they'll try the middle to no avail, as Corbin has the hole plugged very well with number 44.
I think, Don, that this is probably a very strong mismatch. We got another flag. Very strong mismatch.
And the second, well, that's the 3rd first down of the football game for Cumberland. This time they'll try the big burly fullback, number 44, Chris Adams, and Adams fails the game.
And the initial contact was made there by Kenny Davis. He came up and made a good...
Here they go. From the 20-yard line now. 1st and 10, and they try to crash to the middle. Let's see. Will that be Tinsley? It's going to be Tinsley. This is another Tinsley. Roshan split wide to the left. And Adams on the pitch this time will keep the ball, gets the yard at most to the 19-yard line.
And played once again very well by Brian Mulberry and Jeff Moran as they come up to take the quarterback down and
position on the start of a drive tonight. I would say the ball is at about the 32-yard line.
Oh.
Wow, the quarterback taken out as he pitches back to Washington. Washington trying to cut the corner, gets a couple of yards.
And that's our old buddy Jonathan Wells zipping through the line to hit the quarterback and take him out. And over on the other side, they leave it to Jeff Moran and number 19, Jason Gooden, and number 30, Jason Gooden.
For them. And Adams pitches back, flag goes down, and the other Adams is looking for the football. Gets on top of it at the 46-yard. Be the fifth play in this drive that originated back at their 32 as Kennedy is back to throw, and he's being chased. Brent will let her go as he's hit hard. What a pass. There's Moran. Moran breaking tackles. Moran will get it all the way down to the 20-yard line. So we were kidding him earlier in this ball game, but he should. Line of scrimmage at about the 20-yard line right now. And Tinsley, pardon me, that's Washington, who's carried the ball forward to about the 25.
And we have a good many.
Pick up a 3, now 3rd down and 2. And this will be Washington, and that's Moran. Got a lot of that jersey.
Moran and number 89, Don, for the Red Hound.
And going the other way will be Rashawn Tinsley, number 23. And Adams looking. He's going to, well, wants to let it go a long way, but he'll be running.
Giving him one early.
The quarterback, Mark Collett, number 13, has them out of the wishbone, and Collett will give, and here's good running up to the 49-yard line by Philip Green.
And the tackle in there by Brian Mulberry and 84, Jeff Moran, as they come up from their linebacker spot.
All right, they have a first down at the Corbin 45-yard line, and once again, it's Green. This time Green is stopped after getting a couple, maybe 3 yards, hopping over the 45 to about the 42.
And it's Jonathan Wells along with Jeff Moran and Corey Reeves in on the stop.
They stepped it off a little long, and they corrected that mistake. Here we go. The fake into the middle, and they give it to Green, and Green is upended after getting a couple of yards to the 45 as Corbin is in field position. Philip Green took it on a dead run, didn't let up until finally hauled down at the 34-yard line. Mark Collett, the 6'5 quarterback, hands it off, this time to Lance Burnett, and Lance Burnett comes into near the 30-yard line before he's upended by Chuck Selfie.
Chuck come up and made a good tackle, and we're going to have to really shore up right here, Don. We cannot afford to let these people get
touchdown in a rainy field. Would be quite a cushion. 2nd down and 4, and to the left side, Green sending off people to the 5, inside the 5, and Bell High is punishing Corbin.
As I'll tell you what, we better
6-7, Tates Creek 12-6, and Callaway County 30-14. The running play this time for number 24, Lance. Bell High gets the ball back at their 36-yard line. And that looks like Burnett moves it to about the 38 for a couple of yards. Down the field in a hurry.
Watch that big sweep here.
He fumbled the ball but picked it up and still has time. And then Moran and others get to him at the line of scrimmage. And that is it. Bell High doesn't have any first down. No offense in the second half. Collett gives. Corbin's reacting much better defensively as Burnett gets a couple of yards to about the 44. But as I thought, Bill, after that rain, once you get a little margin there and the field becomes sponge like 15. Clock running here in this fourth period, 10:20 to go. Bell High leads 26-6. They beat us last year 26-0. Last year I kind of blamed a lot of it on that driving rain. I don't think we can do that this year.
I'm blaming a lot of it on Bell County this year.
And there's Green. He's tough.
And tremendous blocking, too.
Coach is, he's mad at Hammondry.
Yeah, I think he made a late hit, and they got away with it, and the coach is going to make sure that that don't happen. That's a good coach. That's a good football coach there.
Yep. Now, that's number 24, Burnett, and Burnett will run it up to about the 44 again. It'll be fourth down. They'll try it again, this time from the 5-yard line. This is Burnett. Burnett carries people. Did he get in? Lance Burnett had Tim French with him and got it down to about the 1. So it's going to be 3rd and goal. Be 2nd down and 10. Guffey averaging 165 yards per game. Number 5 in the state in rushing. A little slip on that as he tried to get the ball and get started. He slipped, but did get it across the 35 to about... I think he went over and played for Campbellsville College, but Wally had to be taken over the feed meal to be weighed. He weighed over 400 pounds. Here we go, 3rd down 7. Southwood running with the ball will be taken down by Corey Reeves, short of a first down at the 40-yard line. And a flag is down.
A real nice
57. James Made, 5'9", 230-pound junior. French is number 81, 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Back to throw a Southwood. Looking, it's collapsing, and French got him. He pulled the ball away from him. It was finally picked up by Guffey, and Guffey is taken down by the line. 2nd down, a couple of yards to go. This will be Guffey, but he got the first down to about the 11-yard line and picked up 4.
They certainly are coming off the football better. Their offensive.
Now, at the 11-yard line, Wayne County threatening. And that's Ellis. And he just bumps into a pile of people. I think they found their secret weapon now. As I mentioned in the first half, Big Ellis lines up back there. Let's see. They'll give it to Guffey this time, and boy, that's some defensive play by Moran.
That could be one of the biggest plays of the year, Don, to come in.
Wayne County has the ball deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line. And I believe it was Ellis, and they were having success with him, number 41. They try him here.
If they want
there, then it'll be 3rd down and 2. Rain coming down again, straight down. And I believe he got the first down this time. However, it's number 42, Thompson. Still taking plenty of time in everything they do. And now the quarterback is on the keeper. On the option, he's trying to cut the corner. And good reaction by Corbin as he gets about 3 yards to the 21.
Jeff Moran and Tim French in on the tackle, Don, and he couldn't...
The clock under control, and this is what I'm sure the fans of the Cardinals are experiencing right now, 3:50. And the quarterback Southward is in trouble, and down he goes.
And Tim French and Brent Justice and Jeff Moran all in on the tackle. And once again, they're having a great deal of difficulty getting
the pack press box. He was down at the 20-yard line where he got him, and Russell County will start their first offensive series from there. And they get about 5 on the first play as the opposite number quarterback, number 25, Scotty Weston, on the handoff.
Severe, that makes it very difficult to cover Weston.
Mason, the fullback, got the 5 yards to the 25, so here's the 2nd and 5 play. Weston really goes down, and that will draw a penalty. There was no sense whatsoever in that.
Well, I don't know, Don. Well, they got him by the face mask is what they indicated. Offensive penalty, and here we... So we're going to have to kind of slack up on that a little.
Well, here we go with Weston now. Once again, the formation very similar to Corbin. Leaves it into the belly of number 31. Or is that...
Kept the ball, and Mulberry came up to make the tackle.
Well, you guys on 5 carries by Kennedy, so he was the leading ground gainer. He scored the touchdown on a 33-yard effort. Now it's Russell County from their 9-yard line, and even deeper than that, as Corbin reacts once again very well on Clark, and they knock him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Beautiful defense by number 64, Sean Sargent, and number 84, Jeff Moran, as they hit the ball carrier for just very little yardage.
Last week, Corbin was in on top of the quarterback so hurriedly, they're going to have to get in there now if they stop this young man. Once again, he's got Kelsey to this side. He's on the option now, and he's in trouble. Turns and reverses his field, gets back to the line of scrimmage, up to midfield, and ended up picking up 3 yards.
And Brent Justice could have had him back in the backfield. Brent just over-aggressive that time, came by and let him get back to the, on a reverse angle, back against the grain, and he was able to pick up some yardage.
2nd down, and is the result of what happened on that last play. Tony Frank, number 12, is the quarterback now. On 3rd down and 9, Holt in motion. Here's the option. Frank will take it for 2 yards, and that's all.
And not quite as adept as Weston is at running the option. A little more obvious is where the ball is going, and Weston's coming back in, Frank's coming back out, and
45, 2nd and 10. Russell County down by 21, kind of forced into the situation now. Hardwick comes wide to the right on 2nd and 10. Weston fakes it into the middle. He'll leave it to Holt, and Holt gets 2 at most.
And once again, young Mr. French just clouds up and rains all over the Laker ball carriers. He's just absolutely playing.
Corbin has dominated here tonight, but Russell County can pass the ball, and they show us that passing formation here with wideouts to both sides. They fake it into the middle. They'll leave it there, and we haven't seen much of him tonight. He started out running the ball, but Keith Mason gets the carry there for about 3.
And good defense on the option.
And they've shown us tonight they can throw the ball against Corbin.
They run a lot of timing patterns and seem to have the ball thrown right on the money, and the receivers running excellent patterns. It works out very well for them.
Weston, it's collapsing. He throws, and Holt dives. Did he get it? Yeah.
My goodness. And the pressure was really on Corey Reed, an even more remarkable catch on the other end.
Right, almost got 5 yards on that one. 2nd down along 5, inside the 34, and here they try the running play, but it didn't work in his
Jeff Moran's been around too long for you to pull those old draw plays on him. He polices that area very well and comes up and makes a fine tackle.
So number 36, Keith Mason, gets the thing 30 to 100 yards in this game.
And some more new interior linemen. Sean Sargent's back in the game. Jamie Tillett.
There goes Weston, not too far.
No, but you know who was in on that tackle, Don?
No.
Eddie Pierce.
Right.
Number 85.
There's 2 or 3 yard line. Weston calls again. This time he leaves it, or did he? Did we fumble it? Remember times we've been...
Believe me, they have picked our flaws by the time we get there, and we've got to remedy that situation or we'll have problems with them.
Well, that's the same corner they came off of last week. Now, Combs, he won't go anywhere on 1st down.
Big Jeff Moran came in, and along with Tim French once again, and...
But he was the one I couldn't identify earlier. Small quarterback to Sizemore. As Sizemore deals, Holmes is taken down.
And Mabe and...
You still have time to get those.
And I still have them available, so you can contact me.
Or contact me. We both have them for sale. They're $7.50 per person. Now the pitch to Fitz.
Really a super hit in there by 3 Red Hounds. Aaron Schumann, Jonathan Wells.
Yard line. I called Green right before that. There's McQuarrie, number 10, the quarterback, and here he goes. He'll give it to number 7 this time. That's his Wally Money, and Money gets the first down.
He does. As he comes around, picks up 2-3 yards, better field position.
I hope we can get that time on the clock before Dale falls over. He's trying to maintain his balance and film this game here in these stands. And this is Green again.
The play was strung out pretty well, Don. They were able to turn the corner and pick up some yardage, but Brent Justice was the one that was responsible for stringing the play out.
And Andy Green gets across the 40 to the 41, got a couple of yards.
Big play by
158-pound junior. Number 1 coming to the side is Ray Shackelford, 5'11", 163-pound senior. McQuarrie on the counter the other way. That is Andy Green. And he gets about 5 to the 35.
And the tackle made by number 84, Jeff Moran, and number 19, Jason Gooden, as they come up.
I love those rows.
Western Steer.
Yeah. And convenient food marts. And a couple of yards at most by Money.
And once again, it's Brian Mulberry along with Corey Reeves in on the tackle.
Playoffs. It'll be at Campbell Field in Corbin. And McQuarrie slid out of a tackle. He fakes. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all.
Running for his life as he in hot pursuit was number 70 for the Red Hounds, Don. Who is number 7?
Travis Smith got 7 first downs for Middlesboro now. This is one of their better drives. They had one from deep in their own territory. Moving this one rather well. 2nd down and 7 for the first down. They'll split the end. Worth McGuire, he's a good receiver, wide to the left side. Clark will deal to his left halfback, and wow, that was some hit.
And you know who that was? The initial lick was laid on by Corey Reeves there, and he led a...
Prestonsburg will start their second offensive series. That'll be McGuire wide to the left side. Clark checking his backfield out of the wishbone set. Right halfback for the first time tonight. Will take the ball. That is Leslie. And Leslie gets a couple of yards across to the 36. Texaco distributor for many years. They've switched to Marathon. Of course, they still have Texaco oil, but Marathon gasoline. So you'll see Marathon throughout the area, distributed by the R.C. Miller Oil Company. A little resistance that time on Hobson. He didn't go anywhere.
Jonathan Wells, Corey.
The Johnny Wheels pigeon. Tom said he'd get us something to give us a camera angle.
Good job. Excellent job on defense. James Mabe made the initial contact, followed up by Jeff Moran and Brent Justice.
2. Corbin leads by 34 to 7. Clark back to throw. Now he's going to try to run out of there, but he's in real trouble this time. Jeff Moran somersaults him.
Jason Gooden was also in on tackle, but Moran really put the lick on him.
Craig Abernethy from the 31, 1st and 10. The pitchback goes to the tailback Holland. Holland racing to the left side, gets about 4 yards up to the 35-yard line.
And one thing you won't be able to do is to take Plattsburgh for granted, Don.
So once again, to this side, Combs comes with Craig Abernethy. Holland, the tailback, gets the ball, lowers the shoulder, gets back up to about the 9, maybe the 10-yard line, a couple of yards at most.
Very little there as Jeff Moran.
So these people continue to slug at each other out here. Nobody scored yet. Here we go. 1st and 10. And the pitch back goes to the tailback, Holland. Holland around this side to the 35, 37-yard line.
Don, they're very convinced. Somewhere along the line, they become
6 yards is what they credit that run to Lawrence Holland, the tailback. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 36-yard line. Holland again. Holland hit nicely by Moran that time.
Nice tackle by Jeff Moran, senior linebacker for the Red Hounds. And Jeff's had just an outstanding career, as I mentioned earlier, and comes up with a big tackle there, stopping Whitesburg a couple of yards short of a 1st down. This is going to be a
side as Gibson lines in front of Holland. Bates calls, gives Gibson. Oh, he's hit. He's turned back. No good.
The initial lick, Don, was once again made by Jeff Moran.
Or he would have been open. But the pass was thrown way behind him at the 40. Whitesburg has it 1st and 10. Bates, the quarterback. Tailback Holland gets the call. He will get 3 yards, maybe 4, off that right side.
And once again, the defense is up to its calling as Corey Reeves, along with Tim French and several Red Hounds, in on the tackle.
Well, they're having a very slow unraveling of that pile.
And on the bottom of the pile was Jeff Moran.
The ball was tipped and taken by Whitesburg at the Corbin 21-yard line. Carrier is Gibson, as Gibson gets just over the 20, and Red Hounds play tough up the middle.
And they certainly do, led by the charge of Jeff Moran, the linebacker, as he come up to make a very hard hit in the hole, stopping him for a very short gain. Jeff Moran having an outstanding defensive game.
He gets just some long runs, but none as long as that one a moment ago. 79 yards. Whitesburg from their own 28. Bates back to throw. Bates looking. He's in trouble, and they'll get him. And he loses the football, but Whitesburg, did they get it back?
Yes, and Don, that weren't on, but on an evening like this, you can understand how a ball could slip away.
10 minutes to go in the ball game. Whitesburg gets the ball at the Corbin 29-yard line. They'll try to hit quickly, and nothing for Holland.
And up on the defense was number 84, Jeff Moran, who's just played a sensational game this evening on defense.
At the 20-yard line, Whitesburg, 1st and 10. Holland, who's been the #1 ball carrier and might be among the #1 in tackling, Moran. Friend over there, Scott Cox. Hi, Scott.
Season, and he comes up with a big play here.
So at the 25-yard line is where Danville will start their offensive pursuit now. They'll have the wide out wide to the right side. That is number 12 is Chris Mancini. Gans is that's Yoakum in motion as the handoff is given to the fullback Webb, and Webb is stopped after getting 4 yards to the 29.
And Danville coming out, not going to Gans.
Now we'll have a wide out to the left side in Dickie Castleman. He's number 28. The quarterback is Paul Morris. Morris will call, and he'll give, and a late pitch.
Oh, great job. Great job. Really coming up from the outside was Jeff Moran, and then Chuck Selvey.
2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. The wide out to the left side is Mancini. They'll also put a wide out to the right side on 2nd and 10. Morse, the quarterback, rolls along the line of scrimmage to the right now. He'll cut the corner this time, getting some good yardage. He pitched that forward. I reiterate, this is one of the finest all-around performances I've ever seen on Campbell Field. It's been done by big number 44, Corey Reeves. All right, here we go. From the 47, Danville 1st and 10. The handoff is given to number 25. Let's see. That's Bradshaw, and he goes for about a yard.
I don't know who's the most eager to run the clock out right now, Don.
Well, that was French making another tackle. He just wants to hit something. That here on November 23rd that we would have this kind of weather for a football game. But we've had it, and the fans have really turned out in big numbers here tonight. So Danville looking at another third down play, wanting to keep this drive alive for them. Here's the call. Back to throw is Morris. Morris looking left. He's got his man. That's Mancini going nowhere. Jeff Moran got him.
Jeff Moran had his man also, and he came up there and put a vicious lick on him to stop him back for a loss, bringing up a 4th down.
Well, they're going to try at least. 38-yard line. Danville takes over now. And they're not going to score on that play.
Doesn't look like they expect to score, though.
I really don't see too much in them out there.
Sean Sargent.
Louisville, Kentucky, Corbin against Fort Knox in the Class 2A state championship game. Jim, just moments ago, Corbin takes the field, and this was the scene as the Red Hounds. And coaches will tell you one thing that wins football games is capitalizing on turnovers and the other team's mistakes. And so far, Corbin is 0 for 1 in that department. This time, the give is straight up the middle to big number 20, Dan Davis. That's going to be a pickup of a... Fort Knox set to go. This time the give is to Chaz Lewis. He's trying to get outside, but Jeff Moran with a huge tackle. You know, they've got great speed, Jim, on the outsides of their defensive front. Corey Reeves will line up on the left side, and Moran with some fantastic pursuit kind of keeps things tough. He plays linebacker for this Corbin football team. There's a good look at him. Intensity describes this Corbin team, I think, so far. They very much have their game faces on today. 3rd down and 3.
First one there, let's see. Lead blocking, they take the off tackle left. French also coming up Selvey. Moran also there, and they just have to see as they stretch the chains if these teams really throw the ball that much.
That's right. They're going to keep it on the ground. Fort Knox quarterback Walker gives it up the middle. Picked up of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the push. Davis again with the carry. Deron Walker is also a threat, the quarterback, to run the
in the 3rd game of the season, Jay. And Coach Jaggers told me that he just doesn't have the speed that he normally would. You won't look for him to run the ball much in this one.
The pitch goes wide to Chaz Lewis, and again, there's not much there at all. The Corbin defensive unit is there to close on it in a hurry. It was Tim French and Brent Justice on the tackle. Here's another look. I don't know that they're going to get too much on the ends, Jim.
Well, the toss sweep, Davis leading the toss sweep, and you see French, first man there. Also, big number 36, Brian Mulberry, coming up from his linebacking slot. Good look at it.
Again, this time it's going to be picked off by number 13, Tommy Johnson. He was the man in coverage on the previous play, and that time he was right there to step in front of the Kennedy pass, and now Fort Knox has the football on Corbin's first turnover. Now 1 turnover for each team. Well, that's just a case of a pass thrown right at him.
Yeah, throwing into coverage that time. They had dropped back into the deep zone. Corbin, I think, with a good idea, Jay, of putting a little bit more pressure on, and it looks to me at this point that perhaps
they're set to go. Walker gives it straight up the middle, maybe a pickup of 5 yards. That was Chaz Lewis. Check that Willie Jones on the carry. Let's check the Corbin defense for you right now. A defense, this Corbin team has identified where the play is going. It almost seems before it develops, they're there. Lewis up the middle, nothing. Gang tackle for Corbin. Number 84, Jeff Moran, there to wrap him up. We've called his name quite a bit already, Jim. The guy we're going to see quite a bit of as the day goes on.
Without question, and there you get a good look at the Corbin folks, and just trying some power football here, and just unable to make any line surge was Fort Knox. Let's see if we can get the rest of the Corbin start.
They've tried it a couple of times already. Corbin has come up with a big interception. It is a big play, 3rd down and 6 for Fort Knox. Walker under center. The pitch is going to go wide to Chaz Lewis, and he's not going to have it up for the first down. Corey Reeves is there to stack him up on the play. Nice tackle also in on the play was Jason Gooden. Good pursuit.
Adams told me that they were very worried about number 20, Davis, leading the sweep for the block, and he just was unable to make a good hit, a good block, and excellent job by the Corbin defense.
They're set to punt it away.
At any rate, Fort Knox 1st and short.
The give is to Lewis up the middle. He has 2 yards, maybe 3. It'll be a 2nd down and goal for Fort Knox, and this is going to be the biggest test that the Corbin defense has faced all afternoon, because when you've got some power backs in your backfield like Fort Knox does, Willie Jones, Davis, and Chaz Lewis, getting 5 yards is not going to be too difficult. You've got 4 plays to do it. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 2. So some big turnovers in this one early.
Well, Fort Knox primarily a right-handed running team. Let's see if maybe they try a little wrinkle and go to the left side.
Well, they were going to try a dive with Lewis. He did not get it. Fantastic effort from number 81, Tim French, on the play. Also 76 there. Help wrap him up, Brent Justice. And
2 yards.
they're going to mark this real close to the goal line. In fact, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. Really, it looks like it's just inside the 1.
Good job by the fellas up front. Maybe French, Justice, Wells, and Reeves in keeping the fellas out so far. But Fort Knox awfully difficult down here because they've got that huge offensive line to run behind, Jay.
They'll look for another dive, and we're going to have a flag on the play. Did they take too much time? That's going to be offsides against the Corbin defense. Someone lined up offsides for Corbin, and now that's going to be half the distance. So instead of 3rd and... because that's where it's coming, right at him. He's in. The give was to number 32, Willie Jones, or 33.
As was talking with me, there's a little bit more strength in Double-A down in the western end than the eastern end.
I think there's more balance, definitely. And that time, not much there for number 20, Dan Davis, Corey Reeves, along with Jeff Moran there to wrap him up and bring him down.
Of business at the point of attack. Reeves, you know, is just doing a super job. We got Wales, maybe French. Those guys just aren't letting any penetration.
That time it was a wide pitch to number 33, Chaz Lewis. He's forward for a 1st down out around midfield. And now Fort Knox is getting the job done on the ground. That time they decided to go with the wide pitch.
They pitch is something that really concerned Cotton Adams. You'll see 20, Davis, also big number 62, that's Jimmy Jacobson, also the kicker for this team, leading the toss sweep. And Corbin possessions of the 2nd half, Fort Knox fumbled the football. You think Corbin coach Cotton Adams might like to see one on the ground?
Well, I think you're right. Probably nothing more would fire this team up than a fumble right now. Davis on the carry, not much there that time. That's going to bring up 2nd down, probably about 7 yards, pick up of about 3. Here's another look. This time it's just power right at you.
But you see, Jay, they are knocking the Red Hounds a couple of yards off the line of scrimmage now. Man, look at that hit back. Curley's boy, Selvey, came up and drilled him. And,
nice play.
Perhaps even a fumble there, but, man. No, I don't think Selvey's going to let his team lose any emotion in this game.
I think you're right. He's keeping them fired up. There's no question about that. This time the wide side sweep. Lewis has nothing. Maybe 5 yards. Selvey was the first one to put a hat on him. But now something that Fort Knox could not get going in their favor in the first half was that sweep. Now they seem to be...
Take out Somerset a couple of years ago. One of the best Double-A teams I've ever seen. They're not quite as good this year, but they are tough when the chips are down.
Not much at all for Dan Davis up the middle. That'll bring up a 3rd down and a couple, maybe 3rd and 2. Corbin is definitely...
That this senior group will come up with some kind of big play. I don't think we've heard the last of these Red Hounds.
Well, turnover would be nice. William Townsend split wide to the right, but the give is to Lewis. He is wrapped up, and it's going to be short of a first down by maybe a yard. I'll bring up third down and 1 yard to go for a first. It would even work.
You might predict here that Corbin might be in some blitz actions and so forth. They could get caught here.
I don't think he's got the first down.
Second effort might have gotten it. He was play on defense, and who knows, it may cost him a touchdown, may get him a turnover.
Lewis on the pitch. He's going to be knocked out after a pickup of about 3, maybe 4 yards.
That's the key there, Jay. They're getting good success on first down here in this second half where they... Fort Knox playing so tough when it counted, and Corbin certainly nothing to be ashamed of. This Fort Knox team is excellent.
Lewis, wide out pitch. Boy, it's a shame he couldn't get out of bounds because that's what Corbin was trying to carry him.
1-0, making it all the way to Louisville for the first time in 8 years. And these seniors have done a terrific job, as well as the juniors and sophomore staff. Just ran up against a buzzsaw that was the Fort Knox Eagles.
Lewis up the middle. Corey Reeves, if they hit, that takes the clock to 30 seconds. 20. Fort Knox will run one more play, maybe two. Davis is in for the touchdown, and the 13 seconds do it. 21-7. Here's another look. Davis right up the middle.
Had a couple of guys on him. Moran, also French, trying to come up and make the stop. A lot of hustle there on the part of the Corbin Red Hounds.